Lesson 5. Responding to your emotions appropriately. The last step in developing your emotional advantage is to be able to respond appropriately to every emotion that presents itself. It is not good enough to be aware of your emotions and to value them if you are not able to effectively respond to these emotions to your advantage. To do so, you must master the following 5 steps to maximize your emotional advantage for success in work and life. Admit, avoid, ascertain, assemble, act. The first thing to do when an emotion appears is to admit it. By now, you should be better in doing this as you are able to identify the emotion, recognize the signs, and be able to express it correctly to yourself and others. Remember to use the I am feeling phrase instead of the I am phrase when admitting the feeling in question. Admitting your feelings takes courage, and it is the domain of the strong, because we do not know if that feeling can guarantee a happy beginning or ending. But it is best to take a chance rather than to bottle them up. So get your feelings out in front of you after you figure out what it is so that you are able to respond appropriately. The next step is avoid. Avoid any immediate reaction you would have for a particular emotion, especially if it is not in your best interest. Almost all our reactions to the feelings we have are knee-jerk reactions, learned long time ago and never evaluated as to whether we should continue doing them. How do you normally react when the primary emotions show up in your life? There are 2 ways you may react to a feeling. You either explode or implode. Let me illustrate by using anger as an example. For some, when they feel angry, their first reaction is either to scream or to punch someone in the face. That's explode. For others, bottling up their anger is the choice reaction, causing them to become hypersensitive or depressed. That's implode. Now, neither reaction is healthy and should be avoided. How do you react instinctively to your primary feelings? Explode or implode? Take a little time to reflect on how you have been reacting to each of these 5 primary emotions. Have they been beneficial to you or destructive? Do you explode or implode? Now, once you have evaluated your past reactions, decide which ones need to be avoided. Then, pre-plan new responses for the common emotions you experience, so that the next time, for example, you feel anger, instead of screaming, you would count to 10 slowly and then admit how you feel in a softer tone. We now come to the 3rd step, a very important step in creating a proper response for every emotion felt. The step in question is ascertain, as in determine the source or trigger for that particular emotion that you're feeling. Every emotion you have is actually triggered by an outward act and an inward dialogue. Something was said or done, and then you begin to think something, you begin to say something to yourself, and before you know it, you have anger, joy, or sadness knocking at your door. Now, how to ascertain the source of your emotion? By asking the right questions. Now, begin with these 3 questions. Why am I feeling this? What was just said or done that triggered this emotion? Is this emotion influenced by a present or past event? Once you have identified the source of your emotion, you are ready for the fourth step, assemble. Referring to you assembling all the possible responses available to you for the emotion that is now present in your life, so that you will enjoy an advantage in life. To do this, just look for all the answers to this question. What are the possible actions for me to take? Then list all your options clearly for you to see and to evaluate. To maximize your advantage, it is crucial you select the most prudent option. And to help you do this, ask these 3 questions. Will my choice benefit me and the person I am emotionally linked with? Will my choice deal with the issue? Will my choice heal and help the relationship I have with the person or persons involved? Now, once you have made your decision, it's time to act, the last step. Just selecting a prudent response is not good enough. You must act on it. Many a times, the failure to maximize an emotion for success in life and work happens here, in the execution of the selected response. To ensure a higher success rate, make sure your response is achievable. For some, counting to 10 when feeling angry is something they can do. Whereas for others, walking away from the person or situation triggering the emotion is something more doable. Also, your chosen response must be something concrete. Saying I will cry when I'm sad is too vague. A better response would be, whenever I'm sad, I will cry for 10 minutes most, and then write in my journal how I feel. Be specific in what you will do. Lastly, place a time limit to your action. State when and for how long. Now, this will help eliminate procrastination and serve as a clear indicator when you have successfully responded to your presenting emotion. In short, to respond appropriately to your emotions in order to experience your emotional advantage at its peak, you should admit your emotions, avoid immediate response, ascertain the source of your emotion, assemble your options, and act constructively.